Hola amigos, bienvenidos a Serendipity. I'm Miss Jacqueline, the Spanish teacher. I would like to share a little bit about myself. I was born in Mexico and moved to California in 2005. I've been teaching Spanish since 2006, and this is my sixth year at Serendipity. I can't wait to share my culture and create great memories learning about Hispanic celebrations. I teach your kids 2 times per week, Mondays and Wednesdays. Please encourage your kids to teach you some Spanish and remember to check our specialist newsletter. You will be surprised with the amazing info, photos, and videos. I teach some of the vocabulary with the TPR methodology, which means total physical response, is based on movements and gestures. We create the stories to learn the vocabulary using realia and props to dramatize the stories to make it meaningful. I speak most of the time in Spanish because it helps the students to get familiar with a different language. Some of the resources I use in my classes are Rocalingua and Calico in Spanish. Both of them are great because they provide different opportunities to learn through videos, games, stories, and with assignments. Learning and celebrating the Hispanic culture is essential to build empathy and a better understanding of the similarities and differences between cultures. We are so fortunate to live in a diverse community. So during this school year, we will do some crafts, prepare delicious food, and learn how to dance to different Latin music. Remember to embrace the Hispanic culture y que viva el español. Feel free to contact me through email. Muchas gracias y hasta pronto. Adiós, amigos.
Hi, I am Miss Jeannie, the Mandarin teacher. I have been teaching in Serendipity School for 3 years, and I'm excited to start my 4th year teaching. This school year, kindergarteners, first graders, and second graders will be learning 20 new Chinese characters using the app called Go Play Chinese. We will also do speaking and writing about greetings, numbers, animals, and holidays. I will be teaching them by using Mandarin, Chinese for kids by language together. Third and fourth graders will be learning the same book set like last school year. I differentiate instructions to meet the needs of all learners. For example, I have created Kana worksheets for when students are ready for lesson extension. Fifth graders' curriculum is more project-based learning. For example, we have movie themes, superhero themes, solar system themes, and cities in China. Thank you for watching.
Hello, I'm Carrie Krolicki, the literacy specialist and librarian for our brand new beautiful library, which will be open to our students next week. Very exciting. We have space for meeting and reading a variety of genres and almost 2,000 brand new beautiful books. The kids can come and enjoy the space throughout the week, but they'll also be coming with their classes to have lessons with me. I'll also still be going into the classrooms each week, and I have the privilege of working with every single student throughout the school year, whether it be one-on-one in small groups or whole class instruction. I'm really excited to take on both roles, and please feel free to email me if you have any literacy needs. I'm looking forward to a great year and happy reading to everyone.
Hello, parents, and welcome back to Physical Education. My name is William Potter, and I am your child's physical education teacher. I have been a part of the Serendipity community since 2005, and I am very excited for the new school year. I want to take this opportunity to share a bit about our physical education program. Welcome to this virtual simulation of PE. You can see I am at Serendipity School in what looks very close to what our PE space looks like. To the right, you can see we have our what, why, and how board. This is where I explain to our students what we are learning, why we are learning it, and how I will know that they have learned it. This week, we've been working on team building, relationship skills, and personal and social responsibility. We are learning this because over the course of the year, we will need these skills, such as partnering, communication, and cooperation, to help us succeed in PE. And I will know my students have learned these skills when they can win their given challenges. Next, to the left, you will see three things: our student, quote, and academic language for the week. The student of the week is a student who demonstrates their ability to think clear. They are rewarded with high fives, congratulations, and their photo on the board. At the end of the week, they can take the photo home and keep it forever. I love using quotes to help inspire my students, and next week will feature what might be one of my favorite quotes of all time. The game is never more important than the people you play with. I encourage my students to think about that quote as they participate in our lessons. The academic language of the week will always be focused on our unit of study. Since we're working on team building challenges this week, our word of this week is growth mindset. Next up, we have our awesome anatomy program. Our younger learners will learn about the body through these large posters, while our older students will have individual worksheets that they will complete and add to a personal portfolio. Lastly, we will always take time at the end of our lessons to discuss how our lesson incorporated CLEAR. CLEAR is our expected school-wide learning outcomes. C stands for creative and perceptive thinkers, L stands for lifelong learners, E is effective communicators, A is academically enriched individuals, and R is respectful community members. Every day, I do my best to include all the letters of CLEAR into our daily lessons. So if you get a chance to ask your child about PE, ask them how did they think CLEAR in PE. Finally, I want to formally invite you to save the date for the return of our annual Bring Your Family to PE Week. I have always said that talking about PE is like dancing about architecture. It just doesn't convey the right message. So Bring Your Family PE Week is your opportunity to experience physical education firsthand with your child. This year's Bring Your Family to PE event is September 26th through the 30th. More event details will be sent via email, but check out the promotional trailer and be sure to RSVP by September 23rd.
Hello, my name is Mr. Steven, your child's tech and innovation teacher. Let's talk about technology. Welcome to Tech. Let's talk about what our scholars will be learning this year. We will be using various apps and websites to help us learn and understand coding languages, video editing, picture editing, and the connectivity between the arts and the sciences. Now, let's get into how your scholar will be evaluated this year in tech and innovation. Now, let's talk about course subjects. Our first subject is digital citizenship. An example of digital citizenship is engaging in positive and safe behavior when using technology. Our next subject is design and innovation. An example of design and innovation is using a deliberate design process for generating ideas and show perseverance in work with open-ended problems. Our last course subject is collaborative learning. An example of collaborative learning is creating original works and/or responsibly repurposing or remixing digital resources into new creations. Next, let's talk about our evaluation methods. Our first method will be group presentations, where scholars get together to present information that they have gathered and worked on. After that, we have hands-on engineering projects. These projects will consist of students creating bridges out of cardboard and out of reusable materials, and also them creating robots. After that, we have coding projects. Coding projects will consist of scholars using various apps and websites to create and design things using block code. And last but not least, photo editing. Photo editing is very important because it will give all scholars a creative outlet, and it will allow them to be able to integrate what they edit into the group presentations and other course projects. Now, let's get into Mr. Stevens' Tech Promises. These are our school-wide promises in regards to technology. It takes a village to raise a scholar, so I'm hoping that you all can take the time to let your student know the importance of taking care of the laptops, tablets, and various other items we will be using this year, and most importantly, not to go on websites that are not approved by myself or another teacher. Our first promise is be safe. Scholars need to make sure that they are only going on websites that are approved by myself or another teacher, because we don't want to make Mr. Safety Cone here sad. Our next promise is being respectful. We need to make sure that we're not using any negative language and that we keep this a safe place where we will always encourage our peers. Because being respectful makes the heart happy. Our last promise is being responsible. So we need to make sure that while we're using technology, we are not throwing, swinging, or tossing it. Because the scales of justice will always be watching.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Pohl, and this is my 5th year teaching mindfulness at Serendipity School. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is paying attention to your life here and now with kindness and curiosity. This definition's a bit abstract for students, so when I'm in the classroom, what I often say is, mindfulness is noticing what's happening right here, right now. Mindfulness practices are simple exercises for tuning into our direct experience, which provides a counterbalance to the busy, pressured, often information-heavy external world. Frankly, a key benefit is that it often just feels good, slowing down and taking the time to intentionally connect and appreciate the richness of the moment. Starting next week, I'll be visiting your child's classroom once a week for the remainder of the school year. The curriculum is designed to introduce one application of mindfulness each time I visit. The students try out the new practice, share what they noticed when doing the practice, and then we think together about if and how the practice might be relevant in their daily lives. Examples of lessons that I'll be teaching include mindfulness of listening, movement, body sensations, breathing, mindfulness of thoughts, emotions, nature, as well as heartfulness exercises such as generosity, gratitude, and sending kind wishes. My intention is to create a classroom environment that is open, playful, and ripe for discovery. After all, there are no right or wrong answers in mindfulness. It's all about each one of us getting to know ourselves more deeply. Please reach out via my Serendipity email, cheryl@serendipityschool.com, if you have any questions or concerns. I look forward to working with your child this coming year.
Hello, Serendipity parents. I'm Miss Paula, the art teacher. I teach all the Serendipity students once a week for an hour-long class. This will be my 4th year at Serendipity, and I'm really excited to continue working with all these creative kids. My art program is designed around independent creative thinking so that students will feel confident in making their own artistic choices and solutions. The creative process is tough. Along the way, we take risks, we ask ourselves, what do I want? We make mistakes, we then problem solve that artistic problem, we listen to our intuition, we need to focus, and even develop some time management skills. All these epic life skills are hidden in the creative process, and my goal is to create a nurturing and supportive environment for our artists to develop these skills and feel confident while making art. Here are some examples of kinder first and second projects from my newsletter last year. For our young students, art class is all about variety. We learn so much by gaining experience with different art materials. Our projects last 2 weeks. For example, we will jump from watercolor painting to chalk pastel drawing to mixed media, sculpture, ink, and work this way to ensure our artists stay interested. K to second grade will learn a special art word each week. This word is incorporated into the project that day. For example, this year we are focusing on depth, monochromatic, movement, complementary colors, triadic colors, tints, tones, shades, dominant and subordinate, contour lines, positive negative space, and diptych. These specific terms will repeat 2 or 3 times this year in different ways. At this age, students are encouraged to start drawing from observation with fun photo references and still lifes for inspiration. Our projects can be inspired by animals, places, real life, or imagination, and sometimes even an amazing artist. Here are some examples of projects from our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. These students will also learn art terms, but focus more on a specific medium while studying composition and value to create form. Projects last 3 to 5 weeks, allowing us to really focus on a specific medium. For example, the many steps in creating a watercolor painting. Also, students have optional art homework to practice observing and drawing 3 dimensions. Art homework is always a graphite drawing at home of an object. We will start art homework in the next few weeks, so look out for that. These students' art projects can also be inspired by an amazing artist or in any subject matter really, but our older artists are challenged to dig a bit deeper, thinking more conceptually and spending more time considering their composition. Some things to look out for. Art Night will happen on campus January 19th this year. The last 2 years, our show was virtual. So if you are new or missed it last year, you can go check it out at artwithmisspaula.com. You can see our previous art shows and watch some amazing artist interviews. This year, Art Night will be on campus with friends and family. Participating in the art show is such a rewarding experience to our students and gives them another real life experience of being an artist. I will be saving most of your students' artwork now until Art Night on January 19th, where you will be able to take home nearly all your students' work. After then, artwork will be sent home roughly every 4 weeks. Also, please make sure to check out my newsletter where I give valuable information about what we are doing in art class. The newsletter is a great opportunity to talk with your student about their creative process. To close, I just want to say I'm so happy to be teaching art. If you ever have any questions, you can email me at paula@serendipityschool.com. Oh, and also don't forget to send your student in art clothes on their art day. We can get messy and our clothes will get stained. Look forward to art with your student this year.
Hello, I'm Sid Hoffman, and I have the pleasure of being Serendipity's K-5 math specialist. That means I get to work with students and teachers and assistant teachers and parents and help them make math challenging, but also delightful. I want to encourage you when you're at home and when you're out in nature to find math when you're doing your hobbies, when you're in the kitchen measuring, when you're building something, there's math all around you. And don't forget to ask the 2 most important questions of your little ones. What do you wonder? And what do you notice? What patterns do you notice? If you and your family come up with some great ideas to share, please write me a note and I can pass it on to other families. Contact me if you have any math questions and have a great year. Take care. Bye-bye.